Hey, it's Robert, Custom Enclosures. Just got done with the 415 Mojo box. Let me tell you about it a little bit. If you're wondering why it's made like it is, the customer is putting two different kinds of Memphis audio speakers in it. He's putting some 15 PRs in the front, and he's got a pair of 15 M3 Memphis that he's going to put in the top. He didn't want to split. He didn't want to, since the speakers have a different graphic on the cone, he didn't want to have a M3 here and a PR here. So we couldn't divide the box long ways like you usually do. We had to divide it parallel with the box like this. So it made for an interesting port setup. As you can see, the first port's right out the side for the first chamber. The second chamber, there's your port for the chamber in the rear. And both ports come out the side, on each side. We put some glass. We wanted to be able to see the speakers inside it. So this piece of glass simply looks through to the next piece of glass where a speaker will be hanging down inside here, and you'll be able to see the motor. And then I wrote Brooks. I carved Brooke. You can't see it on the video, but I carved his name, his last name right here in the arc in this second piece of glass. The top piece of glass is offset between the middle of the 15s so that when you look down on it, you can see both 15s in the front. So that's why it's shaped like it is. And of course, I put my logo on it right here inside on top of the first port wall. And everything is calculated to, we made it as big as we could for his trunk, which was a Caprice. It worked out to be about 2.85 for each speaker. That comes to what, about 5.6 per chamber, something like that. Ended up being close to 11 and a half, 12, close to about a 12 cubic foot box in total. And it's lighted with LEDs. The switch is right here, and you can see it. It's daytime, but you can see it already glowing inside there. Maybe you can see the Brooks. There's part of his name. You can barely see it on the video there. Go back on the back side of it, and you can see it. You can see the back of it. And you notice how I install the 1/4 inch Lexan. I use a screw about every 1.5 inches, 2 inches. And then I put epoxy around the edges to even seal it even better. And I've not had a failure yet. I've got 4 or 5 of these in trunks right now that have been in cars for almost a year. And of course, I give a lifetime warranty on all my craftsmanship, so the customer never has to worry ever about anything failing on it. If it does, he brings it back to me and I fix it, or I give him a new one. So that's the best deal around. You can see all my lines are really nice. And just a tip, you can't ever get this perfect, ever. You can come close, and then you just simply take a sander and sand it back, and you'll get perfect lines all the way around it. So I'm going to give you a look at the inside structure of the ports. Okay, I thought before I put the bottom on this box, I'd show you what's going on with the ports inside this one. The customer he's running 2 different sets of Memphis Audio speakers. He's running a set of PRs and a set of M315s. So he wanted, and he didn't want to put both sets of speakers staggered. So I had to make the box divided long ways. Usually you split it down the middle. He wanted it split long ways so he could keep each set of speakers in its own airspace with its own port. So I came up with this unique solution. This is the port for the speakers that fire out the front, and this is the port that fires out for the rear set of speakers that shoot out the top. And that's it. This one's done. Now we'll on to the next build. We'll put it on YouTube for you. Please subscribe. And as always, if you need any piece of a box made, any part of these carvings around here, or your logo or graphics, give me a shout. I'll make it for you and ship it out to you, and you can build your own box. Thanks a lot for watching.